in previous games?
Yeah, you would think that, Coach Bell, he's been there, he's a Kansas guy, he's played there, he's been a part of the system, okay, and I'm sure he's going to talk about the great pride in Kansas football and what it means to a lot of different people, and they'll certainly have to come in here with an edge, and you just have to expect that.
Going up against a guy like Coach O, what kind of challenges is he facing?
Well, I think the thing with him, he's such a great athlete. He runs around, he makes plays, he can do a lot of different things. That's certainly a big concern of ours, making sure that we try to keep him under check a little bit. He's kind of dangerous when he gets outside the pocket. He can do a lot of different things with his feet. They run the option, they throw the ball, and that creates a lot of problems for your down guys because you have to play, once again, very assignment football.
Dane also mentioned that there's been a focus on just improving on sacks over the bye week. What exactly have you all been working on?
Well, we're just working on technique and trying to get better at doing little things. And we've missed opportunities to have sacks. And, you don't get that many opportunities. When you do, you have to finish. And that's been our mantra around here, about finishing. Since I got here in the spring, that's all we've talked about. We've had our chances to finish. We haven't got it done. And once again, it's always little things. It's not the big things, it's the little things.
Coach, last year's game not so much in terms of execution, but maybe just in terms of what can happen mentally.
Yeah, we did watch it. We watched the game. Obviously, we're a little different scheme than we were last year, but we did watch it. We evaluate personnel, we evaluate tendencies, and go from there. We put it into our scouting report and how much literally we're going to put on everything they did last year compared to this year because we're a little bit different defensively. Basically looked at it for the personnel.
What, do you reference it all as a tool for just preparation mentally, just make sure you don't let this team come in and stick around?
Well, I think last year we got people 31-7, I think, in the game, and we didn't play a very good football game. And we're a different team this year; they're a different team. It's all different. We're all different. So we're just excited to play. It's another chance to go and play football.
Coach, what did you learn from the Oklahoma tape?
I think I learned that, the one thing, you got to play the whole game. We had our opportunities to do some good things. We didn't do it. We missed tackles. We had our chance to, maybe hold the field goals. And we did. We gave touchdowns. And if we're going to be good defensively, and when they do get into that red zone, we've got to hold them to field goals and not give up the touchdowns. And they are going to beat you on plays. And like I tell people, they practice too. It's not like we're the only ones who practice. They practice too. They've got great athletes. But we have an opportunity to make a tackle and get off that field. We've got to be able to do it.
Coach Gibson had mentioned how you have to be cautious with pressure because Cozart might very well throw better on the run than he does in the pocket. That seems counterintuitive. What makes some guys better able to throw as opposed to being able to set their feet and deliver the ball?
Well, that's the one thing about him that scares you is, sometimes when you decide to go after a quarterback and you decide to pressure, you get up. You always are worried about what he does if he gets outside the pocket, and he's such a good athlete. So once again, we're gonna do what we do, but you got to just make sure you know where he is at all times and know where his escape lane is, and because we're not gonna, the defensive line guys really aren't gonna be able to run him down when he gets out of there. So you do question some of the coverage you're gonna play and what you want to play in certain downs, and once again, because they have the option, that's another thing that bothers you because you always have to be conscious of who has quarterback, who has pitch.
But if a player is able to throw better on the run than in the pocket, is it just, he doesn't set his feet? Is the footwork poor? What do you see?
Right now what they've been doing with him is they've had some changes in their offensive line, to be fair. They've had some injuries, guys have been out, they haven't been healthy. So they've had a couple breakdowns in their offensive line which forced him out. I'm sure they would like him to stay in there and throw, but the one thing about him, he's comfortable doing it on the run. And so it's just something you have to live with. We don't want him to get comfortable in the pocket, but then again, we don't want to run him all over the place.
Coach, the bye week, having someone like Shaq and some of the second, third team guys kind of get reps. How important was that week for them?
I think Coach Holgerson, had a plan last week. What we're going to do, our practices, really were based last week on just getting better. We didn't really get into a game mode or do anything at all last week. We just had, the ones and twos and threes. boundaries, going at it, playing football, and give us a chance for them to play and get better. Take advantage of the off week. It's always hard when you're the head coach to decide how much do you want to practice, how much do you don't want to, because there's a lot more than just football to catch up on too. You know, at this point in the season, a lot of finals or tests are coming up, not finals, but exams are coming up. The kids, inadvertently, you'll find the younger guys get behind a little bit on the academic end of it, and you have to make sure they get caught up academically. So it's not just football. Now, the off week is used for a lot of different things that people just say, oh, you know, we work on the football end, but no, there's a lot more to this thing and that, and one of it's making sure your guys are staying with it academically too.
I'm sure you've already watched the tape from last year. How different is this team compared to what you saw on that tape last year?
I think they're different. I think it was a different type of game last year. They were able to run the ball so effectively. They only threw for 61 yards last year, 350 some were running the ball, and I think that's the thing we've got to stop is the big runs. And the game got out of hand, so there wasn't much we could do. And I think the guys were disappointed how they played last year.
They can't